If you are starting a new side hustle, have a new LLC, if you do Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, the list goes on, and then you need a business bank account. And trust me, I know there are so many out there, and you probably don't even know which is actually best for you and which one that you need is going to give you a headache. Don't worry, I got you. And in today's lesson, I'm going to give you multiple places that I feel are small business friendly and won't even hit you over the head with numerous fees. So go ahead, go get your pen and paper. I promise you, I'll wait right here. And without further ado, let's dive in. And before we get started, ladies and gents, I just want to ask if you don't mind hitting that like button for me, as it helps my channel out a ton. I'm really trying to help every small business owner out there that runs across this channel. I truly appreciate all your support. Now, enough of me rambling, let's get into these business bank accounts. All right, ladies and gents, when it comes to a business bank account, I repeat, I do not want you to choose your bank account out of pure convenience, because I'm pretty sure that we all have a bank account or a bank institution that we bank with that was just out of pure convenience. You never looked at what they offered, fees, anything like that. You just saw everyone else bank with them, including your parents, and so you just followed suit. Now, you can get away with that on the personal side, but when it comes to a business and a business bank account, I do not want you to do that. The reason why is because I do not want you to run the risk of having numerous fees and even having high fees. For example, one of my business bank accounts I have is with Chase, and Chase has a certain criteria where is if you don't keep a certain amount of money in that account at all times, you will be penalized. And for people that are starting out, you don't want to go after that. You don't want to go through that. I've even seen some banks where they have a minimum balance requirement of $5,000. Do you really want to start off with that on the wrong foot when you're trying to get your first business bank account? I don't think so. So with that being said, you need to look for what bank actually fits your business needs. Let me give you an example. If you are a barbershop, again, you might be cash heavy and you might have a lot of cash transactions, and you want to get a business bank account that actually fits those needs and is okay with that. Whereas on the other hand, you have an e-commerce business that is majority digital transactions. So you want to make sure that you are actually getting something that is fitting your needs and it's not the other side of the spectrum or the other side of the coin, if that makes sense. So these are just a few things that I want you to look out for. And of course, we'll go down the line within the video, but these are some of the things I want you to look out for as far as minimum opening balances, any type of fees, transaction limits, transferring funds, things of that nature. These are some of the things I need you to look out for, even as far as overdraft, wire transfers, and more. But I just wanted to give you the basics and not overload you right now. Now, all of the banks that I'm going to give you in this video are insured, so there's no need for you to worry about your money being in these actual accounts. Also, with everything that I'm telling you, I want you to please do your homework on everything that we go over. Anything can change, and I don't know when you're actually watching this video. So please double check everything that I'm telling you, okay? I just want you to succeed. That's all I want. Now, these are not in specific order, but actually, let's get into the computer and let's get into these actual banks. All right, so as we're seeing right here, the first one that we have on the list as far as business checking accounts is Bluevine. Bluevine Business Checking, built for you. And the first thing that popped up when I was doing my homework on them is opening an account online in minutes to get a 2% APY. And right here, it even tells you no monthly fees, free standard ACH, and up to $3 million in FDIC protection. So that's all good right there, just for the information going just off of. So even with the information right here is showing you right now, you can enjoy no monthly fees or overdraft fees, no minimum balances, free standard ACH, just like we stated, and unlimited transactions. I know that doesn't sound like it's important, but you got to understand, ladies and gents, with some of these actual business accounts, sometimes they tag and track how many transactions you're doing, and after a certain amount, you either get tacked on with fees or you're just not allowed to do it. So unlimited transactions is super duper great. And of course, the most active customers save up to $500 a year in fees. Remember when I told you certain banks sometimes charge you minimum balance fees, $15, $20, $50, or things of that nature? You can save up to $500 a year just in fees of that alone. Earn 2% APY, earn 2% annual percentage yield on balances up to $250,000 if you meet a monthly activity goal. that's up to $5,000 a year in interest. So with that information right there, that shows that you can make at least a 2% increase on the money that you have just sitting in your account. And I just wanted to go more into depth of the actual APY that we were just talking about on the 2%. So when we go right here, when it states business checking, earn up to $5,000 a year in interest. You could earn a 2% APY on balances up to $250,000 once you meet the monthly goals or whatever. So right here, again, it's just talking about the 2% annual percent yield. I'm trying to see how much yeah, here it is. This is what it is. Spend $500 per month with your Bluevine Business Debit MasterCard or Bluevine Business Cashback MasterCard. Or you can receive $2,500 per month in customer payments to your Bluevine checking account or sub account. So it's showing you right here, just to get that 2% annual increase, all you have to do is spend $500 a month. And ladies and gents, even if you're doing any type of manufacturer spending or anything like that, if you're into that, if you know spending $500 per month is that's nothing. That's nothing. It's nothing to do right there. So you can still earn all of the actual, treats and everything that they offer just off of this alone. And of course, just to let you know, Bluevine is a digital bank, but I wanted to see who they were actually backed by to see where the actual money and everything is being accumulated from. Because see right here, it even states right here, they're backed by Coastal Community Bank. So that's a good thing, because sometimes you gotta understand certain digital bankings are sometimes backed by other banks, and sometimes they're not. So that's why you have to really do your homework to make sure that they're actually valid. But lucky for you, I actually looked up Bluevine to make sure everything was okay. So you're good on that end. And right here, where we're seeing the business checking with fewer fees and things of that nature, we're just seeing how Bluevine stacks up. So even with the minimum opening deposit, $0, like we stated, other people, do $250 or anything of that nature. Monthly service fees, $0. Again, at $30, I'm telling you. Transactions unlimited. Sometimes, like I told you, the transaction unlimited. Overdraft fee, 0. Standard ACH. Incoming wire transfers, $0. ATM fees, no in-network ATM fees, so that's a great thing. And then fees for checkbooks, 2 free checkbooks per year. So that's also a great thing to have. So it just goes to show you that Bluevine is really starter friendly when it comes to getting, your business bank account. So this isn't bad. And then with that 2% APY, it really makes you want to lean more towards them. But let's actually get into the next one. And the next one that I wanted to actually talk about is Relay. And I'm not sure if you guys ever heard about them, but I've always heard really good things about Relay. I actually have a friend that's actually had a Relay business bank account for about 5 years now, if I'm not mistaken. And he states that he's never had any bad experiences with them. He does have other business bank accounts, but he did say that Relay is really, really good, especially for startups and things of that nature, even for side hustles. Now, so let's get into the actual meat and potatoes of everything. The business checking and things of that nature. Let's see. Yeah, I want to get into the actual pricing itself. So how Relay adds up. So with Relay, they do have 2 different choices, which is good. You can start off or just keep the free version. With the business bank without fees, overdraft fees, or minimum balances. Create up to 20 individual checking accounts, including 2 savings accounts, 50 virtual or physical Visa debit cards. So that's actually a good thing. Payments, ACH transfer, wire, checks, things of that nature, draw, and all ATMs. Integrates with QuickBooks Online and Zero. So that's really good. And then with the Pro, you get faster same day ACH free without ongoing wires, auto import bills for QuickBooks. So they actually auto do it for you instead of you having to manually do it. Review, approve, and pay all bills in one dashboard. So that's actually a good thing. You don't have to keep going back and forth. So you get a lot of things even with Pro, and it's only $30 a month. So that's actually not bad in itself. So if you want things a little more automated, a little more generated, this is actually kind of good for you as well. I think they also, the actual bookkeepers. So of course with the free version, you're doing it yourself. Same thing with Pro, it's more so automated. So it's still really good in itself and only offering $30 a month. But again, you could just keep the free version. I didn't ask my friend if they were using, which one they were using, but either way, it doesn't seem like it's a bad investment either way on either part. But let's get into more of the information. right here. So if we go back right here, again, it states that right here, again, there are no account fees. All of the ones I'm giving you pretty much have no account fees except for maybe one of them. Bank without account fees or minimum balances that tie up your cash, up to 20 checking accounts. Pretty much the same thing that I was stating in the pricing monologue. And of course, the 50 Visa debit card. So that's really a great thing. And I even looked on Google and it state that Relay also doesn't actually tack on any monthly minimum balance fees or anything of that nature. Actually, I had to Google that. But there were actual statings that they said that there are no monthly minimum balance fees. So that's a good thing in itself. So overall, it's pretty standard. There's really nothing that really pops out to you that's just saying like it's super sexy. But if you're starting out, you just need a really good business bank account. I feel like Relay is really there to help you. It's pretty standard, and it's really good that it actually integrates into actual QuickBooks itself or Xero, whatever that you actually use, all right? So it's pretty standard, nothing too sexy, but if you just need a business bank account that's going to help you along the way or a side hustle or whatever you're doing, this is what you actually need. All right, so overall, everything is good. But let's get into the next one, which I think that you would like a way more than Relay. Again, it's no particular order, but the next one I have, of course, is Novo. And Novo was actually one of my first ever business bank accounts that I had. This is one of the first ones that I had with the banking features, no fees. The reason why it drew me to Novo is because it also has a funding status as well that I'm actually going to talk about, later on while I'm talking about Novo. But Novo is super good, and it's always helped me. I still have my bank account with them. But even when we scroll down right here, again, it shows no monthly fees. You can save up to $150 a month in fees. No minimum balances, which I love, especially starting out. And then everything is online. So the dope thing about them, which I don't think Relay had, I have an app on my phone for Novo, so I can see everything on my phone. I don't have to actually go to Safari or whatever and actually see what is going on. Everything is actually super beneficial and helpful. All right, so even when we continue to keep scrolling down, this is the one thing that really drew my attention to them as well, besides the funding part. You can set and forget your budgets. This helped me in the beginning because actually Novo actually has a actual component that can actually set aside certain income tactics. So if you need anything where you get some type of income that comes in, it would actually help you as far as putting away federal taxes, profit, anything of that nature, and any other actual indication that you need to budget. It will actually take all of the money and actually split it everywhere that it needs to go, instead of you having to sit there, use a calculator all day, and it can actually do that for you. And from what I know, Bluevine and Relay does not do that. So I thought that was really helpful, and that helped me way in the beginning. Again, you can fast track your payments if you have Stripe or anything like that, or any other software that uses it. You can attach it to there. And of course, another thing that I like, you can actually create free invoices with them as well. So you don't have to use any type of, you know, templates or buying invoices or anything of that nature. You can actually just do it with Novo. So I really appreciate them for all of that information. Again, let's just go over this real quick. I just want to show you right here. Again, it's just Novo, no monthly fees, no balance requirements, no overdraft fees, free invoicing, budgeting tools, and ATM fees. The only thing is up to $7 per month. So if you would do actually tack on, they actually reimburse you at least $7. So that's the dope thing. But let's get into the actual funding status that actually took me over the edge with them, and which started me with some type of business funding. So they do have a personal, not a personal, but a business line of credit that goes up to $75,000. Instantly, you get the funds with a monthly rate as low as 1.5%, which you know you need. So with this information, again, it's a business line of credit. So anything that you take out, they tack on that fee of 1.5%. This is what my data points with them. You need to have at least a 690, No serious derogatories on your credit report, and also you need to have at least two credit card limits of at least $10,000 or more. And I would say you would at least get $5,000 or more starting out. You can get credit limit increases if you're actually utilizing it and you're paying everything down on time. But again, this was super helpful. No, I did not get the 75K when I started out. I think I got like 7,400 or something like that. But yeah, you can apply in minutes and you get a response within 24 hours. This was actually super helpful for me. I promise you. So if I was you, because I was still like in a basic state, I'm pretty sure that you can get a way better approval than I did. I just tried that one time and I just left it at that. But again, this is super impactful. And if you need that funding, then this is a really good place. Go ahead and build the data points with Novo and then go ahead and just get it. So go ahead and click the link in my bio and you can get a Novo account now. So, just tell them How To Credit sent you and they're going to set you up nicely. But with all of these right here, I just want to give you one more business bank account that I think that will be helpful for you as well. And I talked about in the way in the beginning, which is, of course, Chase. So the reason why I put Chase in here is because I do have a business bank account with them as well. And it's nothing wrong with having a big business in your back pocket. It's nothing wrong with that. So with the information right here, there are some fees that come with Chase, but that's okay. I'm not telling you to go get them now if you don't want to, but you can always get them, and I'll tell you why later on down the line. So with all the information right here, of course, they have multiple ways to waive the service fee because, again, you do have to have a specific amount of money in your account at all times. So if you see the details right here, you have to maintain a balance of $2,000 as a daily balance. So you got to keep at least $2,000 in there, or you can spend $2,000 on purchases with a Chase Inc. business card and then receive $2,000 in deposits with quick accepts, blah, 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 blah. But you really want to just make sure that you're doing this, especially in the beginning. So you want to make sure that you're just keep $2,000 in there at all times. Convenient access, payment processing. They do have their own payment processor, which is actually dope. No hidden fees, monthly contract. I haven't utilized it, but 2.6% plus 10% for tap, things of that nature, 3.5%, 10%. That's pretty much right there. And of course, when you apply, they do actually offer it for everybody. Sole proprietorships, partnerships, LLCs, so like multi LLCs, corporations, S corp, C corps, things of that nature. So I'm pretty sure you're probably in the either sole proprietorship or the LLC status. And of course, you are going to need specific type of documentation to actually open the business checking account. And it tells you all right here, not to go through everything, but 2 forms of ID, U.S. citizenship, permanent residence. You are going to need, of course, your articles of organization. It says it right here. Articles of organization. Varies based state of organization, things of that nature. They'll tell you what you actually need. It was pretty simple to set everything up. I did mine in person, so that's what I did. And the reason why that I put them on here is because even though that they come with fees, but just to let you know, ladies and gents, we all know that Chase, especially on the business side, can give some great credit products and give you really good, massive amounts of funding starting out. So the only thing that you have to do is you have to make sure that you're under that 524 rule, meaning that you haven't got approved for 5 credit cards in the last 24 months. So if you're trying to go after funding, you can build a relationship with them, build a relationship with Novo, Relay, Blue Vine, and you could just actually go from there and just making sure that you can actually get all these credit products that you need. All right. So just like I stated in the beginning, you can go get the Chase Inc. business credit card. And if you're keeping $2,000 in there, you're trying to use fractional reserve banking, things of that nature, keeping more than $2,000 in there. And then when you apply, you want to make sure that you have at least a 700 or better. You want to make sure that you have no derogatories. You want to make sure that you have at least 1 credit card on the personal side of $10,000 or more. And I promise you that Chase Inc. business card is going to have a really nice limit starting out. And then you can go back to Novo and get their $75,000 business line of credit, and you're off to the races. You see what I'm stating? So these are just different type of business bank accounts that you want to get starting out, or even if you're seasoned, that's really going to help you in your process. You always want to make sure that you're doing your homework when applying for these places. Make sure that they work out for you. Make sure that it works in your favor. All right. Maybe Chase isn't for you right now, but maybe Relay is, or maybe Bluevine is. You see what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that you're actually doing your homework, making sure that these places are for you. And of course, I have to plug myself in. If you're trying to get the Chase Inc. business, but you have some negatives on your account, then click the link in my bio. Get that free 15-minute credit consultation. See if we can get you set up in the actual credit restoration program. I'm helping so many people remove negatives off their credit without having to lift a finger. So let's go ahead and get you started with that. Let's go ahead and get you some of these bank accounts. Again, the links will be in my bio if you want to get set up with any of these business bank accounts. And it's going to be so easy from there. I promise you guys. I'm trying to make everything as simple and as easy for you when it comes to setting everything up, whether it's on a personal side or a business side, or just getting negatives removed off your credit report. But I'm curious to know what you guys think. Do you have any of these business bank accounts? Do you not? Let me know in the comment section how has it worked out for you. I really appreciate you guys for stopping by. Now make sure you go get that business bank account so you can make sure you have everything set up, all right? And until next time, ladies and gentlemen.